Kaboom! Guess who stepped in the room? It's the morning crew, ready to give it to you. My name is Robert Antoine, and I am on the Black CEO Morning Show with you. And I've got some of the biggest, the best, and the brightest stars in all of social media. By my side, I've got the revenue growth strategist, Mrs. Candace Woodruff. Hey, Candace, what's happening?
Hey,
Also
good morning.
on my side, I've got Silky Smooth. Y'all know him as Velton Shaw. What's going on, Velton?
What's up? What's up?
And last but not least, I just want to let y'all know that we have brought a new addition to the team. Y'all may know her as Vision, but it's my girl, Taria Vision. Vaughn, what's going on?
Hey, I'm doing awesome. How you doing?
Whoop, whoop. I'm doing better than good. If I'll be doing any bit better, I would be great. Well, this morning is such a special morning, y'all. I mean, we have some amazing guests coming on in the Black CEO Morning Show. But today in particular, one of my favorite people in the whole wide world is going to be on. But before we get to that, I just want to let you guys know that today was just an amazing morning. I had an opportunity to close a really, really big deal, right, Belton? And I know this is right down your alley. I know what it is to listen to buying signals. But there's so many people who are in our entrepreneurial space who have no clue what a buying signal is. They just showing all types of facts and figures. It's out on the actual buying signal when the person says, well, how much per month? Boom. Let me start cutting this to a close so that I can bring this to a sold customer. So can you talk just a little bit, y'all, about when it is to actually close the deal, how you close the deal, or what you listen for to let you know, yadding.
Well, you know, Robert, the one thing that you just said, which is the most important thing that a lot of people miss, is the best salespeople aren't the best talkers. The best salespeople are the best listeners. Because if they ask the right questions and then they listen, the customer will tell you everything you need to know about closing that deal. And when a customer starts putting themselves in the equation, as if they say something like, so if I do this, then I get that, you know you got it.
Yeah. And Vision, I know for you, you show up with so much swag and so much appeal. You kind of like turn down, right? Because it's almost intimidating to sit in the same room with you because you're dripping with information. You have so much energy and excitement. Do you ever find that maybe you scare some folk off, or is that something you even deal with? Can you turn that Vision down?
Well, you know what? It's funny you asked that question because I've battled with that a lot, turning my light down so that people can feel comfortable. But if it's one thing I believe you can never turn away people who are already assigned to you. So you should be yourself. When you're yourself, you're always going to connect with the person that you're supposed to work with. So I don't like to dim my light at all. I like to be connected to the person who's waiting for me.
Girl, you got the Rihanna shining, what's that? Beyonce shining. All of this winning all the time. So, good God Almighty. If you're ever in the presence, y'all know exactly what I am talking about. T is always shining. So, love your energy always. But Candace, I know that in your line of work, you're always working with people who have to make cash decisions. And when it comes to money, people get real funny, right?
Yeah,
so when is it that you know that you have absolutely got to a point where this person definitely wants to do business? Because the fact of the matter is that they need your service. But, when do you know that you've got to that point that they say, okay, I can trust, I know this young lady and I like what she's saying?
Well, Robert, I like to think about it like this. Whenever I have sessions with people, I educate them enough to where when they make a decision, they make an informed decision. And the way I look at it, if I'm going to sit down and talk to you, don't take me wrong, but I'm sitting down and I'm talking to the people that are hungry and looking. They're hungry for more information and they're looking for me. So when they get ready to make that decision, I've already done my homework enough to know that this person is already halfway closed before we even sit down.
Right. Man, all of y'all are like some bad mama jammers. I don't even know if somebody tell y'all no. Y'all probably got like a 99.8% close ratio anytime y'all start a conversation. But, the one thing is true, though, y'all. Listen to this. Check this out. Believe it or not, I operated as an introvert for such a long time. I had the product information down. I knew what I was talking about, but I just didn't get to a point where I can actually bring that close. You know what I mean? And when I look at the energy and the excitement that all of you guys have, it is just that it factor that we all don't have in the entrepreneurial space. I know sometimes, Candace, and I know sometimes for you, Taria and Velton, when you're looking out into the stage, some of those people are frightened and they're not even on stage, right? And they walk past you and they want to come and ask you something, but they don't even gauge the conversation, and I wish I knew the right words to say to that person who's got the skill, got the talent, but they just don't have the presence to be able to approach, gauge that conversation, to even get to a point where they can close, and I just feel bad for people who are in that space who want to do well, but they can't even gauge the conversation, Crazy.
Right.
Yeah. So I know that has never been your case, Candace. I know you've always showed up. We always found out. If y'all didn't know that Candace, her
Watch
line
yourself
name
now.
is
Watch yourself.
Curvy,
Watch yourself.
Crimson, Crevaceous. It's something amazing. But with a name like that, I know you always show up and do the doggone thing every single time. You know what I mean? Did I say that right, Candace? I'm not sure.
No,
Come on.
you didn't.
Give it to him.
Give it to
It's Crimson's Candidly Curviest Cream. Keep it together, Robert.
Whew. All right, I'm gonna write it down. That's what I'm gonna do now.
Robert, type it and send it to me because I'm not gonna.
As a matter of fact, if you are listening right now in the Black CEO feed, what I'd like for you to do is type whatever it is that Candace said. And I think she said Crimson, Curvaceous, whatever it is. I will give you $100 if you can type in the feed right now. Type below this box right now, whatever it is you think she said, and I personally, Robert Antoine, will give you $100. Don't ask me for no cash. Just send me your Cash App information. But first, you got to put Crimson, Kirby, whatever it is she said. Now, Vision, do you have a nickname that you go by?
Vision Avant, that's what they call me. I keep it real simple. Yes, remember, that's it. It's real simple.
No, that's not fair, Robert. You're making it seem like that's my nickname. That is not my nickname. That's not you. How you gonna do me like that?
That's her line name. That was her line name.
That was not my line name. People don't call me that. Really?
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know. I mean, do you have a nickname?
No, not anymore. I'm done talking to you now.
Candace, did you have to jump out of line and say that or something? How did you come about that?
No, my I would say the lady that was over our process is who gave me my name, so I didn't make it up myself.
Okay, that was her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you actually think I call myself Ghost?
Mm-mm.
Exactly. So that was the label they gave you, right?
Yeah, but they didn't walk around saying, "Oh, hey, Crimson's Curviest." No, they didn't do that.
No, they would have had to write it down too.
Right. That's a tongue twister, though. It definitely is. Crimson. What is it again? Say one more time.
You know what I'm saying?
It's Crimson's Candidly. So let me break it down so that we got it, okay? It's Crimson's Candidly. So candid means outspoken and honest. Curviest because that's, a body type. And then cream. That's it. So it's Crimson's Curviest. Y'all got me messing up. Crimson's Candidly Curviest Cream. That's it.
Got it. Well, listen, we got Crimson, Candid, Curvy Cream, we got Ghost and Vision Avant. When people see me walking down the street, they just say, hey, red dude or red bone or the light dude. I don't have a name, so don't feel bad. I'm just messing with y'all. I'm teasing because y'all family and I love y'all so much. But listen, we don't want to keep y'all held up. We know we got some stuff to talk to, some places to go, and some people to see. But before we get to that right now, Silky Smooth, can you bring the announcements to all of the people in the Black CEO tribe?
Yeah. Well, Black CEO, this is Velton Shaw, your chief strategist. And your announcements for today are all about showing up with your best self. Don't just show up, but show up with your best self. And how do you do that? You've got to have the top shelf graphics. You got to have the top shelf technology, and you've got to have a crack sales force to allow you to enter the room to show up. The Black CEO movement has 3 clubs that will help you get to where you want to go versus where you are now. The first is the Graphics Club. Yeah, the Graphics Club, they design key graphics and key information for your marketing message. Number 2, technology. It's the support behind the scenes, the people who make sure that you show up on time and in Technicolor. And last but definitely not least is the people out there in front, your sales team, that crack sales force that will take you from average to outstanding. You can join any of those 3 clubs and you can kick the tires for $1. That's right, you can kick the tires for $1, see how it works for you, and then if it works, which I know it will, you can join the club at the end of the trial period. Go over to the feed and take a look for Black CEO Marketing or Black CEO Graphics Club, Black CEO Tech Club, and Black CEO Sales Club. Those are your announcements for today. Back over to you, Robert. I almost got tongue-tied there, but I got through it.
Brother, I already know what happened. See, you were still thinking about
Crimson,
Candy, Curvaceous. See, that's what it was. So this is what I need you to do, Candace. You just need to say CCC is your name, and we'll be able to remember that. All right?
I'll take it.
Yes,
Or you
ma'am.
can just call me Candace. It works.
That works.
Candace. Got it. Okay. Candace. Well, listen, I know that you've got a thought on your mind because you always come armed and prepared for all of our people in the Black CEO feed. So at this time, can you please tell everybody in Black CEO world what is your thoughts of the day?
Robert, I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, I think I'm ready now. Sure. Okay, so my thought of the day, Robert. So my name is Candace. Let's keep it together. Candace works, right? Not Crimson's Candidly Curviest Cream. But anyway, I'm giving you a hard time. Candace here, your revenue growth strategist, showing you how to grow your revenue without using your labor. And my thought of the day is don't waste time rationalizing why people don't like you. It doesn't matter. It's a waste of time. People won't like you just because you are who you are. So don't let your light dim down just so you can be on their level. Keep shining, honey, because those who are around you are going to love you for who you are. And don't rationalize. Don't waste time rationalizing why people don't like you. That's my thought of the day, Robert. It's back to you.
Oh, woo! Man, that was good. Boy, I tell you, somebody that said something to you that got you started this morning, but I'm glad you said that. I agree with everything that you said. And the next time I want to pass that on to somebody, I'm going to record what you just said and play that and say, listen to this right here. Okay, that was so hot. Thank you so very much. Listen, y'all, I know that we talked about having sales being closed when you're in business because nothing happens in business unless you can close the sale. So I can think of nobody else to help us all get better at doubling our sales. At this time, I'm going to bring forth Silky Smooth so he can show you how to double your sales. Bell.
Good morning again, Black CEOs. This is Velton Shaw, your chief strategist. And today's W Sales Minute is about prospecting. You know, prospecting is one of those things that's the most difficult thing for salespeople to do. Salespeople hate to prospect. They will find 1,000 other things to do. But let me just tell you a couple of things. Number one, prospecting is not all cold calls. Prospecting is not always done on the phone.
Okay.
There are different ways that you can prospect. And here are the ways that you prospect.
We're having technical difficulties right now, but we're going to keep rolling with the Black CEO Morning Show. There are so many things that happen behind the scenes that you don't know about, that you don't get a chance to see. But we have so many producers who are in front of the camera and making things happen for us. But one thing that I want you to all remember is that we bring everything to you L-I-V-E.
But never leave
it is
the room
all live, y'all. So what you see is what you get. And the one thing that is important for everybody to know is that the Black CEO Morning Show wants to make sure we bring you the brightest and the best. And we give you every single piece of information that will help you to show up, glow up, and do the doggone thing when you have the opportunity to be on stage, be in front of your clients, whatever it is that you're doing. We want to make sure that you are positioned in the right place to do what you need to do at the right time. And I know that's right. Listen, as we keep working through the producers' technical difficulties, I want to make sure that everybody is typing in the feed the Black CEO Morning Show. The Black CEO Morning Show is here for each and every one of you, and we want to help you with everything that you need to do. So if you're feeling what you're seeing so far, just go in the feed and type Black CEO Morning Show. I just want y'all to make sure that you type Black CEO Morning Show. And more importantly, once you do that, I want you to make sure that you are sharing this out, that you make sure that you invite a friend, make sure that you put what it is that you do in your business so that as we see who you are, where you're shining, what city that you're in, we can absolutely shout you out. Make sure that we bring thousands and thousands of people to your business, not only to DM you and to reach out to you, but to do business with you, to spend with you, to build with you so that you can absolutely show up and glow up. At this time, y'all, as we keep this thing rolling along, I want to bring you my special friend. She has a vision, and I want her to share with y'all in the form of her thought of the day. Taria Vision Avant, what you got to tell the people?
Well, hello, everybody. Again, thank you so much for having me here, guys. Good morning to everyone. Taria Vision Avant, and I like to show business owners how to build multiple streams of income, and I believe every single one of us should write a book. Well, today I want to talk to you guys about something I think is so important that we understand. When we go into business, guys, please listen. Your friends are not your customers. Your customers are not your friends. However, sometimes your customers can become your friends. And when your friends do support your business, guys, know they're doing it because they're supporting you. The reason why I wanted to share that is a lot of times we get so upset. I see it on social media all the time. You know, be careful when you go into business because don't expect your friends and your family to support you. Well, that's honestly true because your friends and your family are there to be your friends and family. Guys, what you have to do is you have to be able to start getting in front of the people that you're supposed to be assigned to, connected to, the people you're supposed to impact. And when you are only focusing on the people that you already know, guys, it keeps you from being able to truly connect with the ones you're supposed to. So remember that your friends are not your customers and your customers are not your friends, but sometimes your customers can become your friends. Thank you so much.
That was good, girl. That was
Thank you for
good.
sharing the vision. That was so good. Your friends ain't your customers, and your customers ain't your friends.
Hello.
You better say it. You better say it, y'all. Well, listen, as we move along and keep this thing going, I need everybody to know that as you move along in your business, you need to invest. And more importantly, you got to pay your taxes. And you need to be wise in how you do that. So my sister friend, the cutie in the bunch, the crimson, curvaceous, curvy young lady, I want to bring her to tell y'all what her wealth minute is for today. Producer, can you drop that on the people one time?
Hey Black CEOs, Candace here, your revenue growth strategist showing you how to grow your revenue without using your labor. And this is your Black CEO Wealth Minute. So quick question, if you had a goose that laid golden eggs, would you insure the goose or the eggs? Well, the answer is, I'll give you the answer, but the answer is you would insure the goose because the goose has the potential to lay more golden eggs. You see, what happens is, you're like, what does this have to do with anything? What happens is that most Black CEOs, they go out and they insure the eggs in their life. What do I mean by that? Well, they go out and they get a fancy car. Well, they make sure that it has insurance on it, right? They go out and they buy a nice home and they make sure that it has insurance on it, right? Well, if someone was to ask you who produced the car and the home, well, of course you did. So my question is, do you have the proper insurance on yourself to make sure that you can continue to produce those golden eggs? So this next few weeks, we're going to talk about how you can make sure that you have the proper coverage and the proper insurance in your life as it relates to protecting the goose of your life. Well, Black CEOs, this is your Black CEO Wealth Minute, and I look forward to sharing more information about this topic with you.
Woo-wee! I feel so wealthy right now. Thank you so much, Candace, for giving us the Wealth Minute. I mean, if you're not listening out here to what Candace is sharing, you're probably broke right now. So do yourself a favor, take her tips, make sure that you reach out to her, build with her, and more importantly, do business with Candace Woodruff. But right now, moving right along as we teach you how to be wealthy, we also want to teach you how to close business, right? And I got one brother on this line who wants to tell you how to double your sales minute. Silky Smooth.
Good morning again, Black CEO Morning Show. This is Velton Shaw, your chief strategist, and your double your sales minute today is all about prospecting. Prospecting is something that every salesperson hates. Why? Because the first thing they think is it's all about cold calls. Well, I'm here to tell you a little secret. Prospecting is not always about cold calls. Prospecting is about making calls to customers. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a phone call. It could be a phone call to a stranger, but no one is a stranger forever. Pick up the phone and make a friend. That's the easiest way to turn a prospect into a customer. Yeah, and it's a little different than what you might have heard earlier, but the bottom line is your customers will become a part of your network. Speaking of networking, we all go to networking events. Networking events are part of prospecting. You walk into a room full of strangers, and hopefully you don't walk out of a room full of strangers. You have made some contacts and connections in that room that will allow you down the road, tomorrow, later on today, or next week, to turn those new acquaintances into potential customers and prospects. And last but definitely not least, pick up the phone and call an existing customer that you're doing business with. One of your customers that you're doing a lot of business with, and ask them, is there someone that you know in your network that I can help the way I'm helping you? That's called getting a referral, which is setting you up for a warm call. No more cold calls, make them warm calls, make them connections and contacts. That's your double your sales minute. Back over to you, Robert.
Whoop, whoop. I appreciate you so much because right now I'm feeling warm and fuzzy, brother. So I'm going to make sure that I make no more cold calls and I'm just going to make them all warm, right like I have this coffee in the morning. Listen, I want to talk to y'all real quick and just tell you what's on my mind. And I just want to speak to somebody right now and let you know that there are people less qualified than you doing the things that you want to do simply because they decided to believe in themselves, period. I'm going to say that again for those of you who are in the cheap seats. There is people less qualified than you doing the things that you want to do simply because they believe in themselves, period. So stop thinking about it, stop planning. Matter of fact, tear your vision board down. What you need to do is exercise your faith. For those of y'all who love to quote scriptures, faith without works are dead. So I need you to get out there and start working. Believe in yourself and show up and take an action step to get to your vision, to get to your purpose, and to make everybody know what it is that you want to have for them. That is my thought of the day. And as we keep this party rolling along, I know my co-hosts want to shout somebody out. I can see it in your face. I can see it in your eyes. Y'all want to show somebody out for being big, for being bad, for being bold. And if you're in the Black CEO feed, make sure that you put your name so that we can shout you out. Make sure that you post. And the way that we put your post in the feed, you have to put hashtag Black CEO Morning Show. There are thousands of pending requests right now in the Black CEO feed, but none of them, I said none of them are going to get posted unless you put hashtag Black CEO Morning Show. And with that going along, I want to make sure that I go over to my girl Candace and find out who you shouting out this morning.
I am shouting out Miss Taria Vision Avant. This is her first day on the show. She is doing amazing. She just kind of flowed on in. And, you know, like you all told me, we can be a lot to deal with, but she's handling it very well. And I love it. So we're glad to have you, Taria. Shout out to you, hon.
Thank you.
A lot to deal with, man.
You alone, Robert. You alone.
But listen, y'all, we're going to leave that alone. We're going to keep the shout outs going because we want to definitely shout you out and just recognize you for being big, bad, and brilliant. So, Silky Smooth, who you want to shout out this morning?
I'm shouting out Dr. Linda A. Barnes because you know what? We're going to TV versus radio, and she's still posting in the feed on a regular daily basis, and we truly appreciate it.
Whoop, whoop. Love it, love it, love it. Well, Vision Avant, who is it that you want to shout out this morning?
Well, I definitely want to shout out my co-hosts. Guys, thank you so much for just, receiving me with Open arms. I appreciate you. And I also want to shout out Elisa Mitchell because I know that she is plugged into the Black CEO and sharing all of the information that we're putting out there. So, hey, girl, I'll see you.
Well, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Vision Avant. You have been absolutely amazing. And I know that everybody feels the same way. And if you feel that Vision Avant has been an absolutely wonderful addition to the show, if you can feel her energy, I want you to type #me, because I want to say that me. I know that she is showing up and blowing up and doing the doggone thing already. Well, my shout out, y'all, is none other than our guest today. I want to shout out Leticia Campbell. I had the opportunity to just see her face and hear her voice on my timeline one day. And I'm trying to tell you, I don't look at a lot of social media, but she was saying some stuff. I'm trying to tell you, it made me stop, drop, roll, and just listen to what she was saying. She is a sales success strategist. I can't even get it out. If you give me 3 S's to say in a row, I ain't gonna be able to say it. So I just want you to tell you again, she is a sales success strategist. And more than that, she is an amazing woman. She is in the social media space and she is a coach. She is definitely a visionary, and she's able to help you to show up and blow up, because that is our feature for the week. We are just reaching out to people who can help you. And I do mean you, to show up and blow up when you're on stage, when you're in front of your ideal client. So without any further ado, I would like to introduce to some and present to others my friend, one of my best people to watch on all of social media, Miss Leticia Campbell. Are you there, Leticia?
I'm here, and thank you so much, Robert, for having me.
Woo woo. Well, sister, I just want to let you know that we want to have the brightest and the best, and I feel like you check both of those boxes off very well. So I don't want to do any more talking, because they tired of hearing me. I got a face made for radio, which means that you need to have a full screen all on you. So please talk to the people and share some of your knowledge, girl.
Hi, everyone. As Robert said, my name is Leticia Campbell, and I'm the CEO and founder of Campbell Success Network and creator of the Sales Success Academy. And I help you develop sales habits that's going to allow you to reach your goals, get the most out of your time, and help you maintain an action plan so that you can turn your online business into a profit-making empire. Yes. And what I want to talk to you guys about today is how to develop your unique sales process, which is sometimes more often than not missing from a lot of businesses, where first thing you have to understand is that you have to be in love with what you're doing. I come across so many women that do fad-based businesses where they sort of like it, or maybe they're getting into something because of trends, but they're not necessarily in love with their business. If you're not in love with your business, you got to treat your business like it's a marriage, right? You're not going to always be happy with your husband or wife every day, but you got to keep going at it. You got to keep going with it. And one of the major things that I know I spoke to you about this over the phone, Robert, is where we talked about focus on the problem, which is definitely something that you should always consider doing in business. Focus on what problem you want to solve, but also to going more deeper into that, is the problem you're solving, is it in demand right now? We miss that part. Not everybody has that particular demand for your problem. So now you have to readjust and understand is what is that one problem that dreamy customer or client needs a resolution for now, right? So if you're launching a program or you're selling a product, you got to keep that very much in line. And you also have to have an amazing front end offer. That front end offer is going to allow people to want to be, you want to be able to pull people in on that front end offer. And last but not least, guys, you got to follow up, right? That's like, for me, that's one of the number one ways to close sales. If you're not following up with your people, somebody else will. And we hate to follow up. You got to follow up with people in order to close them in, get them locked into your offer, and keep them doing business with you guys. The follow-up alone is going to dramatically change the revenue in your business if you stay consistent with it.
Thank you so very much, Leticia. Y'all caught me without I told you I got a face made for radio, so I apologize to everybody. Like, whoa, I was not, I was not ready for this brother to have not his glasses on, because I need to see everybody that's happening out there. But listen, Leticia, we thank you for just kind of giving us a little a tidbit of everything that people need to know when they're out there in the world looking to close their business. And I love what you said. This is the key right here. This is the good piece. you have to focus on the problem, right? But not so much focusing on the problem, but how you can solve that problem, because people will always do business with the people that they know, like, and trust. But that sounds real cool, right? But more importantly, like, why should I listen to you, and what can you do for me, right? So if you talk about that problem, you know what I'm saying? How do you solve that particular problem, right? So as I think right now, and I'm talking to you, like, what are like 3 sales challenges that are out there that that are common to all of us, and what would you say to address those? I mean, is it just the cold calling? Is it the actual presentation? I mean, what are some of the struggles? You don't have to name 3, but if you can tell me 1 or 2, or the one thing that you come across in your business, because I know you talk to a lot of people, and I swear,
Yeah.
if you could just squeeze in the word auntie and talk to your nieces.
Yeah. Yes, I'm the auntie of sales. I definitely am. The number one challenge I've noticed that women got is asking for that coin. We do so well with explaining exactly what we enjoy doing, whether it be a coaching program that we're launching or a product that we're trying to sell off the shelves. But when it comes to saying this is how much it costs, I always see a lot of hesitation, with monetizing what we know and actually putting a price on it.
All right.
Love it, love it, love it. You know what? And that's one thing that's very, very true in business. How you position the money, right? Because you got this cool logo, you have taken a photo shoot, you got this great website, you got coaches, and then you actually get in front of a client and they say, "Well, how much?" Do you know how intimidating that is to actually price yourself in the marketplace? Am I too high? Am I too low? Well, first, you need to do some research, some homework on where your product is or what value it has to the people you're looking to serve before you come up with a price, because you can't just pull that thing out of the air. But I'm so very glad that you pointed that out. That's something that's crucial to the selling process, but more importantly, to add to your credibility as to whether or not I'm going to do business with you. But I don't want to hog the MIC, because I know my co-hosts have some really, really important questions. They poking me underneath the table saying, ooh, pick me. Let me ask a question. So, Silky Smooth, I know you got a question for Leticia.
Leticia, one of the challenges I have with salespeople today is that the communication piece. Everybody wants to communicate via email or via text message, via something other than a face-to-face or a conversation with a customer. Text messages and emails, your personality doesn't shine through. How do you help salespeople overcome that need to use a text message or an email versus having a conversation with the customer?
It goes back to their offer. Ever I see hesitation from someone, it's all geared towards, can their product or service actually create a result for somebody? Because if you know that you have the best product or service out there on social media, then you getting comfortable with offering it shouldn't be a problem, or even communicating on it shouldn't be a problem. So you should always go back to your offer and ask, is this going to really provide a result for somebody?
That's good. That's good, Leticia. So just to kind of to follow up with that. So how do I get people excited about my offer and excited about my product? How do I go about that process? Even though I have something amazing to sell, how do I get other people excited to sell? I'm sorry, excited to buy that thing that I have to sell?
It's in your energy. Like, people literally watch me every single day because they see the energy that I impact. And being your true self is so important. Nobody cares about the props and all the things that fly across your screen. They only care about, can you provide a result? And you got to show up every day and talk about it. I see so many girls, they come to me and say, Leticia, nobody's buying my stuff, but I haven't seen them show up on social media since August. I'm like, hello, your timeline is your bank account. So yeah, you gotta definitely show that excitement. You have to start off with the excitement first in order for other people to catch on to that.
That's good.
Awesome.
So I want to jump in. I have a question for you. I think this is very important, because I've been always told that people buy what other people tell, right? And so, or what other people experience. So how important is it that we have testimonials Or how
Oh,
important is it to have testimonials in the process of actually putting your product and services out there?
absolutely. Can I say one quick tip for all the coaches and service providers out there? Stop talking about yourself. Nobody cares
Hello.
about how much money you have in your bank account. They only care about how much money you could put in somebody else's bank account. So stop talking about yourself. My timeline, my social media is flooded with the results that I'm giving to my clients. So testimonials are more than just you trying to boost up your ego. It's you telling the world that the service that I provide is actually impacting people. That's why I only affiliate my brand, the Campbell Success Network brand, with women who are making impact into the world, not just talking about themselves. Because, you know, we leave the ego for when we're looking at ourselves in the mirror every day and saying, I'm a bad, I don't want to say that.
Right. That part.
Right.
I love it. I love it.
But when you get on social media, you talk about the people that are being impacted from the product or service that you're offering.
That's
And
good.
how should those testimonials look? Video? Should you say somebody emails you? Should you take a screenshot? Like, how do you recommend that we post those testimonials?
I love video testimonials because nowadays people can buy text testimonials. I don't know if y'all know that, but yeah, I love video testimonials because you can see that that's the real person that you work with, and take screenshots all the time. Literally in the past 24 hours, I took in about 4 screenshots from clients who said, Coach, I just got a client. Coach, I just got a new customer. Coach, you know, and then you save those and you could just use that to post for later on. Anything can be a testimonial. You going live right now and people are telling you, oh my God, girl, you're amazing. You're awesome. You just changed my life. That's a screenshot that you could post as a testimonial. So testimonials can come from really any place. Anytime you impact somebody, gave them a transformation, share it to the world.
That's good.
That is awesome. I love it. I love it. Hey, listen, Leticia, I just want to ask you real quick, you know, we kind of get to the end, right? And we talk about what the end looks like, but I know we probably left somebody at the word go, right? How is it that we can effectively generate the leads in the first place, right? How do we build our list? How do we get into a position where we actually have some people to talk to? We have some people to talk, you know? So I don't know if you call it lead generation. I don't know the correct term for it, building your list. I mean, I hear a lot of people talking about it. Like it's a lot of noise out there, but I know you can kind of decipher and give me some auntie wisdom and kind of tell me what's really going on.
Absolutely. So there's 1 or 2 ways that I show my clients how to build leads. You can go the paid lead route, which absolutely has a higher conversion when it comes to closing into your big offer. Or you can do build a community first, get as many people in there that is interested in your brand and your message, and start to promote within. It depends on the client. There's always a case-by-case basis. If I'm working with somebody that wants to go more high ticket, or working with somebody who wants to launch services. So it all dependable upon that. But leads don't happen until you lead and show up on a consistent basis and letting everybody know what it is that you offer and what your message is all about.
That's good.
Awesome sauce.
So just to piggyback off of that real quick, and I know we're kind of getting you real close with questions here, but so what are some good options and platforms that we have to actually do those kind of lead generating activities to attract those people?
Absolutely. The number one thing you got to do is that, first of all, you got to figure out which generation that you're trying to market to. There's baby boomers, there's Generation X, and there's millennials. If you're going for the millennial route, yes, guaranteed, most of them are on Instagram, and even now they're mostly on TikTok. If y'all not leveraging TikTok, I don't know what you're doing. And then you got the Generation X and the baby boomers who are more on LinkedIn, Facebook, and all the other platforms. So you got to first look at what generation are you trying to target.
So, Leticia, I also have another question I want to ask you. So, I know we're talking about getting those leads in, but of course, we also want to make sure that they're qualified leads, right? Because I know nobody got time to be talking to everybody. So, what are the questions that we can actually ask to determine if that person is qualified to even work with us?
I think the main question is, are you ready to see a change in your life now? Because a lot of people may be excited about what problem you solve, but they may not need a solution right now. So really, that's the number one main correction that I ask on any of my client applications is, do you want to get a result, or do you want to change your business now, or is this something that you're sort of futurescaping for in the future? And it's okay to ask someone, how much are you willing to invest right now? I don't see there any problem with that. Most people are like, oh my God, I don't want to ask sex. And it makes it seem like I'm all about money. Hello, you're not just paying for a solution, you're paying for an experience, right?
That's
Yeah,
good.
absolutely. How soon are you ready to get started? That's a very important question.
And you know, Leticia, and you said something that was really powerful, and I don't want us to breeze by this. You said, how much are you willing to invest? Some
Yeah.
people say, well, how much does it cost? It doesn't cost anything. It's an investment into your future. It's an investment into your mind and into what you're doing. So I really like the fact that you said, how much are you willing to invest, and when are you ready to get started? I like that. That's good, girl.
Thank you. Money is negotiable, and really they're not paying for your program. They're actually paying for the value that they're going to be getting.
Right.
So really $10,000 is really, when you look at the value, like I made a $7,500 projection for my client, and she's only investing $2,700, but she's looking at the projected amount versus the amount that she's paying for. And I learned that working in retail management for over 15 years, that is not about the price, it's the value that person is getting. And that's why I tell you guys, go back to your offer. Is your offer worth $20K? That's going to make somebody $80K. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
That's good. That's good.
Absolutely, very good.
So
You know,
yes. So I'll ask. So Leticia, how do you actually build trust in the industry? So you mentioned, okay, I'm getting ready to invest this amount of money. Let's say it's $2,700. Let's say it's $10,000. Whatever it is, how do I build trust with that client to make them comfortable with even and confident? I'll say that more, not really comfortable, because I don't want us to be in our comfort zone. That's the dead zone. But how do I feel as if they are confident? How do I make them confident into purchasing with me during that moment?
You gotta you gotta allow yourself to give your client a contract, because that's the buy-in. If you're telling the client, listen, this is the level of commitment that I want to see from you. I want you to show up every week. I want you to actually be present. I want you to do the work. And now they're buying into their own personal journey. Right there alone is so much trust that builds beyond that. And that you are a woman of integrity. I see so many entrepreneurs that are not, do not display integrity. And that's something that's so important. It's just always have integrity. Absolutely.
That's good. That's good. It sounds as if you're saying that contract sets the expectation with our working relationship and what we're doing. That's right. Good.
That's
okay.
Right.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Velton, I'm sorry. I kind of interrupted you. You said you had a question.
No problem. Because I want to go back a little bit. I want to glaze over this, because you mentioned something earlier about who you're going after. And one of the things that I've noticed is, depending on your business model, there are different areas of social media that are more advantageous than others. If you are looking for corporate customers, obviously, if it's a big corporation, LinkedIn probably carries a little bit more weight than the others. How do you help your customers determine, based on their business model, which area they should focus on?
Well, it has to dive in, which is, what is it that they want to offer, and trying to plug it in to see which platform will work according to their offer. That's something that's very crucial. But here's the thing that I feel about LinkedIn. You could go on LinkedIn every day and still not get anybody to work with you if you don't have a sales process on the back end. I'm not really a huge, this is where you have to be on social media type of person. It's all about, if you do show up on that platform, do you have a conversion plan to get people to spend money with you?
Wow. Listen, here's something that I want to ask of you. You know what? I have all these voices in my head that drive me crazy. But what I want to ask you is, how much information is too much information? Because, a lot of people are trying to struggle with what it is that they need to do, what it is they need to say. They don't know how to position it or how to put it out there in the market space. So how much information is too much? I mean, what is overwhelming? Because we have so many things out there, ClickFunnels and MailChimp and all. How much information is too much information?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you have to talk about the what, not the how. You know, a lot of people was. I had this one client that I just took on, and she said, "Well, I'm going live every day, but nobody's moving." I said, "Because you're already given the solution to the problem.
Yep.
So you're already filling people up, and they're leaving with their problem solved. You got to only just give enough. Talk about the what, not the how. You know, and leave people wanting more." And whatever vehicle you use beyond that to get people on your list, I love ClickFunnels. You mentioned that. That's one of my top platforms that I use. That's totally irrelevant if on the front end you're just giving away your best work. And some people tell you to do that. I don't believe in that. I believe you talk about the what, not the how. The how is when they actually inside your offer and then you go deeper. Yeah.
When you're saying talk about the what, because it seems as if I tell you how to do everything, what do you need to come buy from me for? Like, what's the purpose of you coming to spend or, to invest into what I have for you if I'm already giving you the solution? So that makes sense. That's good. So,
can I ask a question as well? I have a question about the what and the how, because I think a lot of times, even when I've seen people where they get a lot of the what, and then they feel like they need to give the information, and then what I see is people will haul off and go do the what, and they may get it done, but they don't get the right results. And so it's a disservice. I always say that I believe it's a disservice when you try to give that information away for free versus them being able to invest, because people respect what they pay for. What are your opinions on that when people are like, well, I don't want to, try to charge people for everything. I think sometimes, people can just get it for free. What is your opinion on that?
Well, I'm a huge Bible girl, you know what I mean? But what I believe is, and this is a biblical statement, if you're
yes,
not
Bible girl, yes.
If you're not charging what you're worth, they're not going to actually get a transformation. The minute you put a price on something, people actually are going to, like as you mentioned, respect what they're learning and actually do something with the knowledge. Whenever you give something away for free, you're not going to see a result. You're not going to see a result at all.
Absolutely. Thank you. Sorry, my phone started going off while there's a whole lot going on over here.
Awesome.
Well, listen, you know what? We have been impacted so much by you, Auntie Leticia. I know that you have so many more nuggets that you can share and so many things that you want to offer to the people. So at this time, if there's anybody who has heard your voice, listened to your message, appreciated what you have to share, but more importantly, they want to build with you, connect with you, and spend with you, what is the way that they can get in contact with you?
Definitely, you can reach me at campbellsuccessnetwork.com. That's my website. You can definitely go over there, book a conversation, or get inside of one of my offers. Absolutely.
Okay, Auntie Leticia, I need you to say that one more again. Just repeat it for the people in the back that wasn't listening that good. Well, how is the best way to get in touch with you?
Yep, it's Campbell, like the soup, successnetwork.com.
Awesome. Well, Leticia, we want to thank you for being on here. This is your first time, but we hope it won't be your last. But this is something that we do every single time that we get on the show. I'm going to count you down from 3, 2, 1, and I just want you to just take your hand like this with a little bit of swag and just say Black CEO out. Okay, so once again, y'all, I have brought you the biggest and the best. I brought you Candace, I brought you Silky Smooth and Velvet, and I brought you Vision Avant, and I brought you Leticia Campbell. So at this time, y'all, we ain't got to go home, but right now we got to get up out of here. So 3, 2, 1, Black CEO,
Black CEO out.